Welcome to ID Nord's Identity Spotlight, the video podcast series where we shine a bright light on the dynamic world of identity security. Join us as we explore key issues and innovative solutions with experts in the field. Stay tuned and stay identity informed.
All right, Sami, hi. It's nice to see you again, my friend. So last time we spoke about trends, right?
Yeah.
But, how can we talk about trends without mentioning AI?
What is AI?
Artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's the talk of the town. Everyone's using AI, including myself, and I assume most of our colleagues for various different topics. And I've used it for a generation of source code, of data analysis, of document analysis, and all of this. But it struck me as well that something that we don't talk that much about when it comes to AI is security and how to properly manage the issues and the risks that comes with using AI in our day-to-day work. And I was wondering, maybe someone like you with your experience and your clever brain could maybe bounce some ideas with me back and forth on this, because I'm a bit flustered. I could ask AI, but it would be a bit biased, right?
An AI training an AI. Yeah. So, there are definitely multiple different perspectives on the AI piece and cybersecurity and identity security. So the first perspective I would say is, identity security capabilities should be able to make use of AI to improve their outcomes. And that is certainly something that is being under innovation with all the big major identity security players. They are looking on how to make use of AI in their platforms.
And how would they use that for analyzing the data that they're handling, or?
Yeah, so identity security is very much about analyzing data. There are big bunches of data and also correlated to how identities are used. So it's really a big data analytics that you are working with. And here you have all types of AIs that you can benefit from big data analytics. You can also make use in the analytics and find patterns, suspicious patterns on how they are used and so forth. But you can also build up analytics around how users are utilizing their accesses and their privileges, and compare their use and their assigned privileges with their peers. So that type of analytics you can also, with great benefit, hand over to an AI to monitor pretty much in real time, or at least in a continuous way.
So somewhat of a user behavior analysis and threat detection, and then the AI would be able to pick up patterns in all of this big, massive amounts of data that a human could not. Right? That's the idea.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, certainly. And also in tied to this, AIs can help you to provide recommendations. Is it good to approve or reject this access request based on the information on how the peers of the users are looking? And
so not only generating threat detections and things like this, but also making the users of these systems more informed when they make decisions.
Yeah. Certainly.
That's fantastic.
Certainly.
I didn't think about that.
So and this is really a big piece of innovation part that is evolving across the market. So it's definitely a trend within identity security.
So it's going to evolve and get better and better.
We're
in the infancy of this then.
Certainly. So that's the first perspective, I would say. And the second is that, AI is, as we see already now, to some extent, replacing human work tasks.
Yes.
Or taking over. And what we are seeing is that, well, these AIs are pretty much acting like robots. Well, they need to have identities as well.
Of course. Yeah.
They need to get approved access rights in order to perform the tasks. They need to get the same types of least privileged principle models applied to their life or life cycle as well. So they, in that sense, they don't differ that much from a human being. But today, I would say the control of AI identities is as deficient as machine identities.
Yeah.
Because machine identities are pretty much forgotten out there today.
Yeah, it's a big risk. I read a report recently that said that per one human identities, you have around 45 machine identities already. So I imagine with the entrance of more AI models and AI identities, this number will keep rising and rising.
Yeah.
So then it's a huge task, a big undertaking to actually deal with all of these different machine and AI identities.
Yeah, you need to get into control. And to be honest, I mean, you have been doing some development, and I've been doing some development efforts back in the days.
Yeah.
Pretty much always the innovation gets in the first place.
Yeah.
You do the coding, the security becomes an afterthought.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit afraid that we are afraid of the societal effects of using AI. So that is a security aspect that is there. But I think we are a little bit behind as an afterthought again with this new innovation that, okay, let's apply the security afterwards. And that's, again, unfortunate, I think, because the damage can be pretty harsh, especially if we happen to give wrong access rights to the wrong identities, and then perhaps the protections aren't sufficient around those identities, those AI identities, and then they can wreak havoc.
So you would mean like an AI identity, for example, being trained on maybe confidential data, and then someone who is using that AI for, well, data generation or something similar, they would actually inadvertently be granted access to data that they are not supposed to have because the model has been trained on stuff it was maybe not supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the third perspective, that you don't have the access controls on what data can be presented to the user of the AI. And now we are talking about generative AI in particular, I would say. So yeah, that's the third perspective, definitely. And that's a tough one.
Yeah.
The one who resolves it in a really proper way will get ahead of competition big time.
Yeah.
Because I think what you need to do is that you need to apply some sort of privilege awareness into the trainings of the AIs, so that you get, well, almost a meta model on top of the business data that is within the AI, but this metadata is applicable to the identities and the accesses that the AIs have, so that they don't, for a user who is not privileged to see certain types of data, well, then the AI must be able to filter out all those instances from the training and understand this can't be used.
So it needs to be aware of what kind of data it's gathering, sort of data classification on all of the data, so that it can actually differentiate between maybe public data, internal data, and confidential data, and not just hand everything into one bunch.
Yeah. And here we have had these loads of data, and I'm thinking about file shares.
Yeah.
And pretty much the same has been applicable for decades, where you assign people or users with group memberships, and those groups give access to different file shares. But at the time of assigning a group membership, the assigner or approver of that has no clue whether or not it's a good thing to give that group membership, because perhaps there are some personal data that is lurking behind in the file shares.
Yeah.
So
hard to know.
Yeah. And there we have seen initiatives like scanning all the file shares and all the data and build up a model, a meta model on what types of data, or classifying the data, what is there, and the same types of ideas, I think we will be seeing in the innovations coming in from this perspective.
Yeah, I mean, we're just at the head start. It's not that long ago since AI really came into the forefront of, well, everyone's minds, I would say. And I think we're just at the beginning of this. I'm very interested personally and professionally in seeing what the future is going to be like, and how we in the industry will tackle these threats, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's a snowball that is already rolling.
Yeah, we're trying to catch up.
Yeah, we are kind of running on.
Yeah.
So certainly, yeah.
But I think we could spend ages talking about AI, and I think we'll talk again about it.
Certainly.
Yeah, I think there's no escaping it. But yeah, I appreciate it as always. I really appreciate your ideas and thoughts on these topics. And yeah, that's
Good to talk to you, Gustav, as well.
Yeah,
it's always fun.
It is. And thank you for listening to our little chat. And stay tuned and stay identity informed.